The Innovation Theater at CSCMP Edge is sponsored by KNAPP.
Well, welcome. Welcome to our Innovation Theater, the Edge Startup Excellence Award, sponsored by KNAPP. I want to thank them. This has been a long process of culminating and starting with Art Mescher's 3 V's, velocity, visibility, and voraciousness. No, velocity, visibility, and variability, which he wrote a series of papers, and it culminated in some standards being driven into our industry over the decades. So this competition has been going on for several months, and we've narrowed it down to 3 finalists whom you will hear from. They each will have 5 minutes to participate, but before we do that, I want to introduce and thank our judges. Our judges are here right in front to judge the competition and ensure we get a real objective view. So Chris Jones, Chris, thank you. Pat Martin, thank you. Liz Ward. And Lori Mitchell-Keller, thank you very much. We appreciate that. All right, so our first presenter is going to be Rob Rozicki from Gather AI. Rob, come and join us and take it away. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks. This is great. Thanks. Thanks for the round of applause. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well. Thank you to CSCMP for the opportunity to present. And yeah, so let's get going. Sorry, it's too early, and I still haven't had enough coffee. We're going to talk about a problem in the supply chain and how Gather AI solves that. And it's a fairly large problem. IHL Group has researched the problem, and the idea of inaccurate data, which is inventory distortion, is about $1 trillion problem in the supply chain. What is inventory distortion? It's the root cause. The root cause of that is bad data capture, no inventory intelligence or visibility, and siloed systems. It's really the difference between what systems are telling you and the reality of what's happening on the floor of the warehouse. And that problem as an industry is about $1 trillion. If you take on average an 8% inventory distortion rate at the average distribution center, that's about a $1.2 million problem that's hitting the bottom line of most distribution centers in North America. And that's why we were created, and that's what we're solving. So let's take it down from a macro to a micro level, to an individual warehouse level. This daily inaccuracy in data and operational efficiency manifests itself in a few ways. The first is wasted labor. Wasted labor looking for pallets, products, SKUs that your systems say are somewhere, but aren't really there. The second is in revenue leakage, OTIF, penalties, and things like that of inaccurate data. And the third could be potential financial loss that hits directly to the bottom line of many brands and many 3PLs. And that's what Gather is solving. Today, we're solving that through an AI intralogistics platform. We're a software-first company that bridges the gap between what's really happening in your warehouse and what your systems, your WMSs, your ERPs are telling you that's happening. We do that through a hardware-agnostic approach. So we do that with drones, we do that with cameras on forklifts, we do that with wearables, and we do that with static cameras that create a digital twin of your warehouse and matches it to what your systems are saying. And thirdly, as a new innovation in AI, we provide a co-pilot so that you can talk to the massive amounts of data that are sitting in your warehouse in a natural language way. And you can ask it questions like you would do of your team and your employees and things like that. It's a very complex thing. And so we've tried to distill it down a little bit for the purposes of this presentation. And it works in 4 ways. Gather AI, firstly, captures all the data that's happening on your warehouse through our cameras fitted on drones and forklifts and other wearable devices. Our machine learning and AI technology takes all that lovely physical real world data and turns it into something that's usable, turns it into ones and zeros that go into databases. Thirdly, our system takes all that data and provides you with the dashboards and the platforms that you need to see what's happening on your floor in real time. And lastly, our system provides a native co-pilot agentic solution that enables you to talk directly to that data that's sitting on your warehouse, which allows you to really start to be proactive versus reactive in what's happening in your warehouses. This isn't just a concept. This is a company with over 30 brands and 3PLs using it, seeing real ROI. Our customers are seeing 99% plus inventory accuracy in markets where that is a significant achievement. They're seeing increases of 20% plus in on-time and in full deliveries. They're doing inventory scans 15 times faster than humans are able to do them. And the majority of our customers are seeing a return on investment within 6 months of implementing Gather AI solutions. And here are just some of our customers that we work with. So lastly, to recap, Gather AI is here to decrease the cost of inventory accuracy, which is a huge problem in many warehouses and supply chain organizations. We improve order accuracy and capacity. The more we get the data right, the better it is for your businesses. And we increase your revenue and gross margin, ultimately by reducing the distance between what's really in your warehouse and what's happening on the floor and what your original systems are telling you. So thank you very much. You can click the QR code, or you can come visit us at booth 806 and get a demo of what I've been talking about in the last couple of minutes, which makes it much more real when you see it. It's a little abstract up here. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Rob. I want to ask our judges to see if they have any questions.
Oh,
for you.
yeah.
Any questions?
Fantastic.
Anything?
I don't know about the feedback.
Yeah.
Just a quick question around, number one, how long have you guys been in business?
Since 2017.
2017. And are you focused more on the enterprise, larger customers, or mid-size?
We're focused on mid-size and enterprise customers.
So both.
We work with some of the largest brands in the world, along with some of the biggest 3PLs in the market. But we also work with customers who have maybe a single distribution center or a very specific. In fact, we also do a huge amount of work in the cold chain, which is a lot smaller because the drones and the camera-enabled devices work great in cold chain environments where humans aren't able to work.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Rob. How about a
Thank
nice
you.
round of applause for Rob? We appreciate that. All right. Clicker.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Next up is Chris Machut from Sidetracks. Take it away.
If you've been under a rock lately, AI is the new hip thing. But here's the catch. AI needs data, guys. And in today's world, data is the gold of the future. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Machut, founder and CEO of Sitetracks.io, a completely bootstrapped startup where we're here to help supply chains answer the one question that still drives everyone crazy: where's my stuff? We focus outside the warehouse, where this is the question that comes up with every meeting, every yard, every port. And while we think supply chain flows neatly from end to end, in reality, it's a mess of handoffs, delays, and blind spots. Most AI companies spend their time making things that already work just a little better. At Sitetracks.io, we're fixing that part of the supply chain that's flat out broken. Here's the reality. From port to warehouse, the status quo is broken. Supply chain outside the warehouse is still stuck in manual operations and costly tech. That means labor-intensive yard checks, error-prone processes, and expensive legacy systems that just don't scale. On top of that, the network is fragmented, assets pass between companies in a chain of point-to-point handoffs with little visibility in between. And the data we do get, it's locked up in silos, just as Gather AI just referenced. Systems that don't connect, can't share, and ultimately leave everyone blind. From port to warehouse, what we've inherited is a broken status quo and a patchwork of roadblocks. This is an example of an asset captured from any camera. Container numbers, chassis, trailers, dot IDs, all tied to GPS date and timestamp. With Sitetracks.io, we capture any asset ID outside the warehouse in under 3 seconds at over 98% accuracy. And here's the best part, it works on any device. Phone, tablet, drone, dash cam. Your existing technology stack works with no additional hardware required. At Sitetracks.io, this data is integrated into your existing TMS, YMS, your system, not ours. It's instant visibility anywhere you need it. This flexibility is our edge. Sitetracks.io works with whatever you already have in the field. Mobile phones, tablets for pickup and drop off or yard inventory, to aerial drones and vehicle mounted cameras for yard inventory, even your existing gate and yard cameras. So instead of forcing you into custom hardware, we unlock the power of Vision AI on the devices you already trust today. With Sitetracks.io, you get one technology and limitless use cases, from yard inventory and gate checks to proof of pickup and security with damage tracking. If it rolls or sits in a facility, we can track it. That includes containers, chassis, dot numbers. Our platform is flexible, accurate, and ready for deployment. And we're so confident in how easy Sitetracks.io is to use, you can go to our website right now and try it for free at www.sitetracks.io. Here's why this matters. Sitetracks.io provides foundational data for everyone's solution. Sitetracks just isn't a point solution, it is a data layer that powers your entire supply chain stack. We feed reliable real-time asset data into your CMS, TMS, YMS, ERP, CRM. The acronym SAUCE continues, even your AI dashboards. In other words, Sitetracks.io turns your blind spots into clean, usable data that every system depends on. Behind this solution is a team that's been solving visibility challenges for decades, from computer vision to finance to supply chain operations. We've built the team here that is solving the toughest gaps in logistics. We know what's broken and we have the tools to fix it. We go to market through direct sales and our 80+ channel integration partners with hundreds of users at Sitetracks.io today. In conclusion, our vision is to bring real-time visibility to every asset in the world in motion. We've built the tech, we've assembled the team, and we've proven the model works. With your support, Sitetracks.io becomes a foundational layer of data for AI, automation, and the future of the global supply chain. We'd love to explore how you can join us in this journey and be part of the future of logistics visibility. Thank you.
Chris, thank you very much. Judges, any questions?
Chris, thanks. So that diagram that you showed, which was sort of like the spaghetti supply chain, I understand what you guys are doing in terms of if a truck is in a yard, or if a truck is at a particular point and you're scanning the ID numbers. I'm trying to understand how you fix the spaghetti, because if you're just looking at the assets out in a yard or in a fixed location versus over the road.
It all depends on the use case of the actual optical sensor. So your mobile devices, your cell phones, a trucker may receive a text message from a dispatcher that asks the trucker to simply click on the link and scan that asset to get proof of acquisition or proof that it's under their own hands. You could have a security camera zip tied to a pole at the entrance to your gate or your facility. It may just be telling you after the fact that things happen from a security standpoint. We can give operational intelligence from that camera today.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, Chris, thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well done, buddy. All right, thanks, Chris. Our final presenter is David Peters from Universal Logic. David? It's perfectly fine.
Morning, folks. Appreciate you. You got me here? Can you guys hear me all right? No? All right. I'll take it. How about now? Yeah, there you go. So hats off to the committee that picked the three of us, because all of us are involved in the utilization of artificial intelligence, and in three completely different ways. So let me talk about Universal Logic. Let's see here. Let me get to that. So we're a leading provider of physical AI for robotic applications. You can think of our software as a brain for robots, okay? What that does is it allows us to give the machine the kind of dynamic behavior that you would normally expect to get out of labor resource on a supply chain. We're focused on the middle mile, so we're in a warehouse, is where we're located, at the back end doing mixed SKU palletization. Now, historically, that's not been able to be automated, except if you're doing layer picking or if you have same size containers and so on. But if you're a retailer who's servicing, where your warehouse is servicing multiple stores, the order call comes in from the store on some regular basis, and you have a flow where you're pulling from the distribution center randomly to build pallets randomly, manually, that then go out to the store, okay? That happens in 3PLs, it happens in e-commerce where you're feeding a spoken hub, and it happens where you're feeding brick and mortars. If you're a parts store that's providing parts, same thing, right? It's the object you're dealing with. So if you think about the warehouse as being the slave to the order call, that random variability requires traditionally labor to do the job. We've replaced that. We now are able to use physical AI to have a machine do that reaction. So let's just take a second and look at the problems, which if any of you have worked in warehouses, you understand these are pretty common. You have labor challenges, you've got retention issues, even hiring issues. It's a weak link. Worker doesn't show up, you're in trouble in finishing your supply chain. You've got repetitive stress injuries. If you're loading trailers where you're floor stacking, you have exposure to high heat in the summertime. There's accuracy issues, which we'll get into a little bit along the way here. Lack of transparency is a function of, once you've got a human doing the job, you've got all this support software technology that's keeping track of everything, and then when you get to a critical juncture point where the person's making the judgment call, you lose track of what's happening, which means you can have products shipped to the wrong location. You also have poor trailer turns. There are facilities where trailers sit on docks for hours and hours before they can be turned. So as I was saying, our automation couldn't do this. Automation cannot do this historically, but we can. So what we do is we take physical AI, which is around taking sensor data, artificial intelligence, and motion control to give the machine dynamic control. So what we're able to do as a result of that is build high quality loads automatically. We're hardware independent, right? Because we're really building the brain. So the equipment that's involved in the solution can be various types of robots. We're using sensors, conveyance, AMRs, and so on. You end up solving a host of problems, as you've seen here on the list. So one of our first adopters, who's a Fortune 50 retailer, when they saw the solution working in our facility, they were gobsmacked. They said, we've searched the world for this ability and you guys are doing it. So we're now under contract with them pretty extensively. We just finished a proof of concept for a second company, and we're now moving into a big order with them as well. So our go-to-market strategy, we started as a software company, but very quickly realized that we couldn't just deliver the brain, we needed to deliver the body to go with it. So you can think of us as a software development company and a system integrator. That gives us the ability to provide turnkey, full stack solutions to end users, which can be retail, e-commerce, 3PLs, and so on. So let me just talk a little bit about the tech background here. It's a bit of an eye chart. So this software has been underdeveloped for a long time. Many millions and millions of dollars put into the development of this solution. So what we're providing is the ability to give aisle-ready, store-level replenishment because of the way we're building the pallets. So the algorithms and data, if you understand about how artificial intelligence works, the two close couple together. What we've got is the ability to provide a solution where the utility of the system, because of the robustness of the software, is both a function of having exceptional handling capabilities. So if there's a problem with the system, it knows how to correct itself. It learns quickly based on what's happening in the world. So to close, we had a large grocery retailer. When they found out that what we could do is handle these materials randomly through the distribution center, they said this is a game changer. And so we're now in talks with them. We have exquisitely tuned algorithms built on years of data capture, and our business model supports sort of general use of being able to handle pretty much any kind of object that moves through a supply chain. Thank you very much.
David, thank you. Questions? Yeah, Chris?
Hi. Yeah. How do you handle the inflow of goods to this pallet building when most companies, to your point about them not being able to, they don't have it. It's all structured before, and now it's going to be
Right. Good question. So what happens is the order call comes in from the warehouse management system. We take that order, we understand the physical characteristics of all the objects when the order comes in. So the very first thing we do in the software environment is we build the Tetris solution of what that pallet's going to look like. Then as the material comes into our pick zone, we're looking at it, we're reading barcodes, we're using image recognition to drive our understanding of what that object is, and we can make a decision whether to actually go ahead and put it on the pallet, or we can put it into a work in process queue to then put on the pallet at the right time so that we're able to sequence the build. But the second that order call hits our software, within 1,500 milliseconds, we've determined what the build pattern is. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, thanks, David. We appreciate it. How about a nice round of applause for David and Rob and Chris? Right now we're going to take a few minutes. Our judges are going to confer and commiserate and be right back here with the winner, which is a hard choice given the three great presentations we've seen. So we'll be right back. All right. Well, obviously the contest was very tough to call. It took our judges a little bit of a while, but they did come up with a winner, and we want to congratulate Rob and Gather AI. Rob, come on up. As a token of our appreciation here, you get this to carry home.
Oh, wow.
How about
Thank
that?
you very much.
How about a nice round of applause for all of our participants, and to take a picture with the judges here too. So come on back up here. Really appreciate everybody participating. It's well done. All right, terrific. Thanks, everybody. Congrats, Rob. Thanks again. Thanks again to Rob and David and Chris for their presentations and participation. Also, how about a nice round of applause for our judges? They willingly give up their time. We really appreciate it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks very much. We appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the conference and enjoy the rest of your day.